Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Publicized Theory Podcast. It's Friday the 13th, actually, which I'm not big on the superstitions and whatnot, but it is Friday the 13th, so why not talk about some positivity, right? Why not talk about some great things on embracing change, embracing new opportunities, embracing all that life has to offer with open arms, good, bad, ugly, whatever the case is. We're all built for it. We're built different. We're built for the ups and downs. We're built to last. We're built to overcome anything that comes our way. So happy Friday, everyone. As always, I hope everyone has had an amazing week. Hope everyone continues to feel good about the direction that their life is going in. It's easy to get caught up in the noise. It's easy to feel like you should be somewhere, or it's easy to compare where you are in your life compared to others in theirs. But your story is tailor made for you. Your journey is tailor made for you. Your current position in life is tailor made for you. So continue to push through, block out the noise, block out the comparisons, block out anything that is trying to put you in a mood that is outside of the frequency that you're trying to operate in. I wanted to talk about embracing change because change is it feels like in many ways so constant. It's something that always is a part of our lives, whether it's changing of the seasons, whether it's changing of emotions, whether it's changing in friendship dynamics or relationships. Change is always, it seems like it's right around the corner. And on any given day, our lives can change in many different ways, whether it's just us physically, our body, our health, our state of mind, people around us. There's so many different elements of change. And how do we go about navigating change in a positive way? How do we go about navigating the ups and downs and ebbs and flows of life in a positive way when in some instances there is not a lot of positive to really look at? Whether it's some of the examples that I just stated, how do we cultivate the mindset to embrace change in every avenue and every intersection of life with a focus on using it as just more experience, more body armor, more mental stability and stamina to press on and use it as a learning experience and embrace it as just another another thing that life throws at us, if change is even negative in those moments, because there are also a lot of positive changes that we make, whether it's our jobs, our friendships, growing as a person, nurturing relationships, building relationships, making new connections, a lot of positive changes, getting new jobs, quitting jobs for other jobs, traveling places. There's so many things, moving across the country, leaving your hometown. Again, all positive changes, all changes that required a leap of faith, all changes that required you to step outside your comfort zone, and all changes that I'm sure led to a lot of great things in your life. Coping with negative changes, though, could be tough. Coping with changes that hit at the core of our ability to be stable mentally, physically, emotionally. Those are the changes that rattle us. Those are the changes that can take us off track for some time. And in most cases, it's okay to get taken off track. The whole concept of evolving and becoming a better person and evolution isn't so that you can be this perfect individual 100% of the time. It's to embrace what is happening to you and find positive ways in maneuvering and going through those experiences. And it won't be as seamless as the next person or the next journey, or how you deal with a situation may not be exactly the same as how I would, and vice versa. But always cultivating a mindset that allows us to deal with those changes, embrace them, go through them, feel them, live through them, experience them, but also at the end of it all, when everything is said and done, come out stronger, wiser, better, more engaged, more energized, and allowing those experiences to really foster a new you, a new level of growth, a new level of awareness that in the end allows you to deal with other situations or similar situations down the line that may arise in a better way than originally you did when it first came around. What I like to do is I always try to think of what are the lessons that I can peel from any situation or any change. And if I feel scared, why do I feel scared? What are the elements of fear that is being imposed on myself mentally and emotionally? What is there to be scared of? And these are dialogues and questions that you can ask yourself while you're feeling these emotions. while you're dealing with change and while you're dealing with uncertainties and the unknown. Because a whole lot of the fear, emotions, and the things that we feel are about things that are unknown. It all revolves around a lot of the what if scenarios, a lot of the this can go bad type of scenario. Not all, but most. And it begs the question, like, what are we afraid of? Why are we afraid of change? Why are we reluctant to wanting to change? Or what makes change so intimidating? It's one, intimidating because it puts you outside of something that you're familiar and comfortable with. It puts you outside of your normal operating procedures. Think about that. Like, you're accustomed to operating a certain way, doing things a certain way, living life a certain way. But at some point, when whatever it is that you're doing isn't fulfilling you and is not driving the success, the inspiration, the lifestyle, and all the other things that come with embracing change, then that's when you have to try to look for change or embrace the change that is naturally happening in your life instead of being resistant to it all. Life will continue to nudge you in either direction. Other times it's in a negative way based on your environment and your surroundings and the people that you're around and the things that you cater to day in and day out. It will nudge you. It will always give you what you focus on the most. If you're always focusing on negative changes and negative scenarios and embracing a negative inner circle and negative friends and everything that operates on that frequency, then of course your life will continue to spiral in that way. Your life will continue to be a part of that frequency. And the changes that may come within that frequency may also be negative. So again, how can we align ourselves with a frequency that, one, is more positive, but two, that comes with positive changes that we can embrace wholeheartedly? And in some instances, even those changes, when you are operating in that frequency, in that natural flow, may seem daunting, may seem scary, may seem very intimidating. But it's those leaps of faith that are always intimidating. They're always intimidating because, again, our mind will look to gravitate towards the unknown. Our mind will look to gravitate towards elements of life that cater to our way of thinking. Now, there's some people who could honestly say, fuck it. I'm not even thinking about the consequences. I'm not thinking about the what ifs. I'm just doing and I'm acting. And there are a whole host of people who maneuver like that. There are a whole host of people who operate like that. But if you're not that person, if you like to dot your I's and cross your T's in every situation and you need answers for every questions that you have, then yes, those intrusive thoughts of trying to plan for the worst case scenario here and what if this happens here and quote unquote I better be safe than sorry here, then okay, when you start to compound all of that, then yes, that change may seem scary. It may be intimidating because you don't cater to so many negative thoughts or thoughts that really fall outside the realm of the outcome that you want, which in most cases is a positive outcome, which in most cases is the most rewarding outcome, which in most cases is the outcome that will make you feel happy and fulfilled. So it's hard to embrace change when our mind continues to go to those outcomes that are opposite of what it is we actually want to live and experience. And that's one of the key ways on being able to embrace change is focusing on the outcomes that may come with that change that are super beneficial to the life that you want to live and the person that you want to become. If taking that leap of faith, if embracing that change means that you get to grow as a person, means that you get to experience a new way of living, means that you're able to meet new people and grow and be surrounded in an environment that allows you to grow as well, and you're being nurtured by your circle and the connections you make, then of course embrace that change. But on the flip side, if you embrace that change with a negative mindset or with the what if scenarios, then it will never seem appealing and enticing to want that change to occur. Embracing change really revolves around understanding the positive outcomes and the rewards and the things that are most beneficial to you with that change. Granted, this all depends on if the change is something that you truly desire in that moment. How bad do you really want whatever that change is, or whatever next level and next step that you want to take your life in? Do you really want it that bad? Do you really want the things that you say you want when you're daydreaming about it, when you're thinking about it, or when you're scrolling on social media and you see other people living the life that you want to live? Do you really want it that bad? where you're willing to embrace the change at any which way, at any cost. If it means doing things that you thought you would never have to do, be it, for example, quitting a job for something else just so you can have more time to partake in the activities that allow you to live the life that you want to live. There are sacrifices that always have to be made in a lot of things that we do. Embracing change comes with sacrifices for sure. Life won't always provide a buffet style of options where we can just go in and grab what we need and walk out. You will have to make some sacrifices. Your plate will not be able to hold everything. You can't have, to stick with that analogy, you can't have a plate full of rice and then just try to compound it with noodles and then try to add pasta and then try to add lasagna, and then everything's going to be falling off that plate. So sacrifices will have to be made. You can have the rice, you can maybe have some vegetables, but the noodles, the lasagna, the pasta, all of this, it's not happening. But you have to be able to embrace that and accept that and understand that, okay, this is what I want to handle now, but this is also leading to the outcome that I want. So let me make this sacrifice. Let me embrace this change. Let me allow myself and give myself the opportunity for the things that I want to happen. And that's another big thing. Are we allowing ourselves the opportunity for those things to even happen? Are we allowing ourselves to embrace the change with confidence and conviction? Because a lot of it is self-driven. We have to put in the work. We have to make the sacrifices. We have to be the ones to embrace the change. But again, if the change is coming with all the negative outcomes that you're catering to day in and day out, then that change will never happen because you're always going to err on the side of caution in most cases. Nah, it's too big of a risk. Nah, I'd rather play it safe. Or nah, it's not speaking to me right now. Meanwhile, it's not supposed to. You need to speak to yourself on the things that you want. You need to have clarity on the things that you want. You need to move confidently on the things that you want and allow everything else to work itself out. There's only but so many things you can control as an individual. Embracing change is something that you can control. So whatever change that you may be dealing with right now, good, bad, embrace it, learn from it, grow from it. If anything, cater to it because you want to learn, you want to grow, you want to find areas in which you can overcome and conquer. And if the change isn't really adding anything to your life but negativity and headache, then dismiss it. Find a way to maneuver around it. Change your environment, change your friends, change your inner circle, change the things that are draining you the most, and then replace those things with things that actually pour into you, that make you feel better, that make you feel uplifted, that make you feel motivated to do it again the next day. But you have to curate your life. You have to understand you more to know what you need and what you don't need. And sometimes change is something that you need, but you have to make that decision. You have to embrace that. You have to put your foot forward in that direction. Think about that over the weekend. As always, change is scary. Change is intimidating. Change is a hard pill to swallow sometimes. But look at the positive outcomes. Look at the rewards. Look at the growth that may come through that change and move in that direction confidently and have faith that it'll all work out in the end because you are working towards a bigger, brighter future. Thank you for tapping in with me on this Friday. Hope you have an amazing weekend. As always, if this episode resonates with you, please don't hesitate to share, like, leave a review, share it with your friends and family. But again, embrace change and continue to move confidently in the direction of your dreams. Stay safe and stay blessed.